Good morning, everyone. This is Shyam, Assistant Professor, Civil Department, Chevrolet Engineering College. Subject is Geotechnical Engineering 1, Unit 1. On topic compaction of soils. Compaction of soil increases in strength and its characteristics of soils which increase the bearing capacity of foundations constructed over them. Compaction also decreases the amount of undesirable settlement of structures and increases the stability of slopes of embankments. The purpose of compacting soil. The first purpose is increased shear strength. This means that larger loads can be applied to compacted soils since they are typically stronger. Increased shear strength, it is equal to increased bearing capacity, slope stability and pavement system strength. And next purpose is the reduced permeability. This inhibits soil's ability to absorb water and therefore reduces the tendency to expand and shrink and potentially liquefy. And third one is the reduced compressibility. This is also means that larger loads can be applied to compacted soils since they will produce smaller settlements. And next one, control swelling and shrinking. And next purpose of compacting soil, reduce liquefaction and potential. The compaction in general in this densification of soil by removal of air which requires mechanical energy. Simplistically, compaction may be defined as the process in which soil particles are forced closer together with the resultant reaction in air voids. Principles of compaction. Compaction of soils is achieved by reducing the volume of voids. It is assumed that the compaction process does not decrease the volume of solids or soil grains. Here, figure different portions shows. First one, soil before compacted. It is loosely, and here provide air gaps. And next one, compacted the soil, and here air gaps are collapsed. In another diagram formed, soil before compacted and after compacted soil particles are solids. Principles of compaction. It is compaction effect, loose soil and compacted soil. Here loose soil in solids, water, air formed. It is the phase diagram and convert into compacted soils, solids, water and air. Here solids and water is formed same portions and air is decreased in compacted soils. The degree of compaction of a soil is measured by the dry unit weight of the skeleton. The, the dry unit weight with the degree of cracking of soil grains, gamma D equal to gamma W into GS divided by 1 plus C. Here gamma W unit weight of water and gamma D is the dry density weight. G is the specific gravity, E is the void ratios. The more compacted soil is, the smaller its void ratio will be, the higher its dry unit weight gamma D will be. Compaction curve. The compaction curve is the relation between soil water content and dry unit weight. Soil sample was computed at a different water contents in a cylinder of volume 1000 cc means cubic centimeters, and dry unit weight were obtained. Here dry weight is indicated gamma D equal to gamma by 1 plus WC. Here water W is the water content. Compaction curve is plotted between the water content and dry density of ordinates. It is the curve of compaction. X-axis in water content and y-axis the dry unit weight. It is indicated gamma D and water content is WC. It is observed that the dry density increases with an increase in water content till the maximum. Density is attained with a further increase in water content. The dry density decreases. Here show the graph. In x-axis water content is the water content and y-axis in dry density, dry unit weight or dry density. It is increases and slowly decreases of unit weight. Then finally increase the water content and dry density is decreases. It is the compaction curve. The compaction curve in optimum moisture content. The curve is x-axis in water content and y-axis in dry unit weight. The water content corresponding the maximum dry unit weight. It is called optimum moisture content. Note that maximum dry unit weight is only maximum for a specific compactive effect and method of compaction. Here water content is increases and dry unit weight is increases certain point, maximum point, that is the dry unit weight gamma D maximum, and after dry unit weight is decreases, then water content corresponding to maximum dry unit weight, it is called optimum moisture content. Here optimum moisture content, each compactive effect for given soil has its own OMC. OMC means optimum moisture content. As the compactive effect is increased, the maximum density generally increases and OMC decreases. Here water content and dry unit weight, x-axis and y-axis. So gamma D maximum 1 at OMC 1 optimum moisture content, and OMC2 optimum moisture content 2 at dry density YD maximum 2. The maximum density generally increases and optimum moisture content is decreases. And compaction curve at zero air voids curve or saturation line. The curve represent the fully saturated condition. Fully saturated is indicated to S. Fully means 100%. So S equal to 100%. It cannot be reached by compaction, theoretical unit weight. It is given gamma D equal to gamma W into GS divided by 1 plus WC into GS. Here gamma W is unit weight of the water, GS means specific gravity, WC is the water content, and GS specific gravity. So gamma D is the unit weight, dry unit weight or dry density. Here water content is x-axis and dry density also y-axis. Here optimum moisture content OMC, YD maximum. Here compacted fully saturation, then air voids is 0, then saturation is 100%. So soil is fully compacted. Next, line of optimums in compaction curve. A line drawn through the peak points of several compaction curves at different compactive effects for the same soil will be almost parallel to zero air voids curve. It is called the line of optimums. So here different compactive effects means dry unit weights increases some points at certain points and different optimums, all maximum points connected to the line of optimums. And here fully saturated, then zero wide rates. It is almost parallel line to all optimums. Then it is called line of optimums. So here see the dry unit weight and certain points from decreases position to increases portion. And this portion maximum OMC. And connected to the different OMCs at maximum points. These points connected to one line. This line of optimums. Here soil is saturation fully, then S equal to 100. Next, factors affecting the compaction. So first one is the water content of the soil, amount of compaction, type of soil being compacted, the amount of compactive energy used, method of compaction, thickness of layer, saturation line, admixtures. Next, last one is the stone content. The first one is factor affecting compaction, water content of the soil. As the water is added to the soil at low moisture content, it acts as a softening agent on the soil particles and becomes easier for the particles to move past one another during the application of the compacting forces. As the soil compacts, the voids are reduced and this causes dry unit weight or dry density to increases. So water content below OMC. OMC means optimum moisture content. As the water content increases, the particles develop larger and larger water films around them, which tend to lubricate the particles and make them easier to be moved about and retained into denser configuration. Here graph is from curve shape in water content and dry density or dry unit weight. Here certain point OMC formed increases position, then slowly come to the decreased position. At a certain point, we form graph in OMC, optimum moisture content. Here develop the large water films which tend to lubricate. Here to easy move two particles. Water content OMC, the density is the maximum and does not increase any further. It is the graph of OMC. At certain point, OMC is formed and dry density is decreases and water content is increases. Then maximum dry density form and further does not increases any point, only decreases. It is the above OMC water content. The water starts to replace soil particles in the mold and dry unit weight starts decreases. Is the dry unit weight gamma D water content. Then replace the soil particles in mold. The dry unit weight starts decreases. Here above OMC. So means optimum moisture content above not increases dry unit weight, only decreases portion. So here OMC portion, here dry unit weight is not increases, only decreases portion. Before OMC, the dry unit weight is increased. Next one is the soil type. Soil type, grain type, shape of soil grains, amount and type of clay minerals present and the specific gravity of the soil solids have a great influence on the dry unit weight and optimum moisture content. Uniformly graded sand or poorly graded in nature is difficult to compact them. Here structure of compacted clay is the y-axis dry unit weight and water content x-axis. So solid particles, fluctuated structure or honeycomb structure are random. It is the low compactive effect. and high compactive effect in increase the OMC, and low compact effect is the decrease the OMC. OMC means optimum moisture content, and intermediate structure, and it is the dispersed structure or parallel structure. Here, flocculated structure and honeycomb structure. It is a loosey soil and intermediate structure, and dispersed structure is or parallel structure is some compacted. Effect of compaction effort. The compaction energy per unit volume used for the standard Proctor test can be given as capital E equal to number of blows divided per layer into number of layers into weight of hammer into height of drops divided by volume of mold. It is the effect of compaction. Effect of increasing compactive effect. Increased compactive effect enables greater dry unit weight. It can be seen from this figure that the compaction curve is not unique to soil characteristics. It depends on the compaction energy. Here, OMC certain point is maximum. That is YD maximum. Dry unit weight maximum one. Some OMC, another OMC is certain point is maximum. That is dry unit weight maximum two. Gamma D maximum one is the high compactive effect curve, and gamma D maximum two is the low compactive effect curve. Effects of increasing compactive effect. For this reason is important when giving values of gamma dry density maximum and OMC to also specify the compaction procedure. For example, standard are modified. From the proceeding observations, we can see that as the compaction effect is increased, the maximum dry unit weight of compaction is also increased. As the compaction effect is increased, the optimum moisture content is decreased to some extent. So here, general compaction methods in laboratory and field, coarse grained soils and fine grained soils. For laboratory in vibrating hammer, falling weight and hammer, needing compactors, static loading and press. This is the laboratory test. And vibration in field and kneading in field. Hand operated vibration plates, motorized vibratory rolls, rubber tied equipment, free falling weight, dynamic compaction in kneading in field, hand operated tamers, sheep foot rollers, rubber tied rollers. For grained soils, fine grained soils in kneading in vibrating in coarse grained soils for field and laboratory. This is the general compaction method. Laboratory compaction tests. Laboratory compaction tests provide the basis for determining the percent compaction and molding water content needed, the HU, the required engineering properties, and for controlling construction to ensure that the required compaction and water contents are achieved. The aim of test is also establish the maximum dry unit weight that may attained for given soil with a standard amount of compactive effect. When a series of samples of soil are compacted at a different water content, the plot usually shows distinct peak. The fundamentals of compaction of fine grained soils are relatively new. R.R. Proctor in the early 1930s developed the principles of compaction. The Proctor test is impact compaction. A hammer is dropped several times on a soil sample in a mold. The mass of hammer, height of drop, number of drops, number of layers of soil, and the volume of mold are specified. Laboratory compaction tests. There are several types of tests which can be used to study the compactive properties of soils. There are several types of tests which can be used to study the compactive properties of soils. Standard Proctor test is not sufficient for the airway and highways. Modified Proctor test was later adopted by the Astor and Aston. Standard Proctor test. Soil is compacted into a mold in 3 to 5 equal layers. Each layer receiving 25 bowls in a hammer of standard weight. The energy compactive effect supplied in this test 595 kg per meter cube kilojoules. The important dimensions are volume of mold is 1000 cubic meters. It is the volume of mold, and hammer mass is 2.5 kgs, and drop of hammer 300 mm. It is dimensions. It is the standard Proctor test equipment. Mold, hammer, jar rods. Here mold is dimension. Height of mold is 116.4 mm and width is 101.6 mm. And top collar 114 mm and collar. This is the mold and hammer size. Height of hammer 305 mm. Sleeve. It is the ram. It is the dimension figure, and the final figure is it is the mold. It is the hammer. Proctor Proctor established that the compaction is function of 4 variables in standard Proctor test. Dry density, rho d, or dry unit weight is the rho d. Water content, WD. Compactive effect, energy Kepler. Soil type, gradation, presence of clay minerals, etc. Standard Proctor test, the soil is with varying amounts of water to achieve different water contents. Several samples of same soil but at different water contents are compacted according to the compaction test specification. Here, mold and hammer. Apply 25 balls from a hammer dropped from a height of 305 mm above the soil. It is the place that a hammer is 305 height. It is a soil filled 3 to 5 layers. And 25 balls from the hammer is dropped from height of 305 mm. Distribute the balls uniformly over the surface Ensure the rammer always falls freely and it is not obstructed. The first four balls, it is continuously and sequential balls and rammer pattern for compaction in 1.6 mm mold. It continuously ball dropped to hammer. It is sequentially successive balls. The soil is in mold will be divided into 3 lifts. Each lift is compacted to 25 times. Place the second quantity of moist soil in the mold such that when compacted in occupies a little over 2/3 of height of mold body. Here it is a mold and hammer 305 mm. Soil is sampled in 3 layers, 1, 2, 3, 3 layers, and hammer weight is 2.5 kgs, 25 balls per layer. So each ball is hammered to 25 balls. Repeat procedure once more so that the amount of soil used in sufficient to fill the mold body with the surface not more than 6 mm out of the upper edge to the mold body. The unit weight of and the actual water content of each compacted sample are measured. Derive the dry density weight from the known unit weight and water content. Gamma D equal to gamma by 1 plus WC. It is the dry unit weight. Gamma is the unit weight. And W is the water content. So here water content and dry unit weight. Plot the dry unit weight versus water content of each compacted sample. Determine the maximum dry weight and OMC, optimum moisture content. Here dry unit weight is maximum OMC at certain point and decreases the dry unit weight, and here saturated is 100% fully saturated, then 0 A whites. Here modified Proctor test was developed during World War II by the US Army Corps of Engineering for the better representation of the compaction required for airfield to support heavy aircraft. Some of the standard Proctor test with the following expectations. The soil is compacted in 5 layers. Hammer weight is 10 labs LBS or 4.54 kgs. Drop height is 18 inches or 45.72 centimeters. Then the amount of energy is calculated. Uniformly distributed of the blows over the surface. Weight of the hammer is 44.5 newtons, 10 lbs, and 457.2 mm. Here 5 layers is formed. Soil is rammer pattern of the compaction is 152.4 mm mold, and is the balls are uniformly over surface. Each layer is formed balls 25. Comparison of standard Proctor test or modified Proctor test. Here mold size is 943 centimeter cube and height of the drop is 304.8 and hammer weight is 24 newtons and is formed 3 layers and balls. Each layer 25 balls per layer. Energy is 591.3 kilonewton per meter cube. It is modified Proctor test. Mold size is 943.3 centimeter cube and height of the drop is 457.2 mm and hammer weight is 44.5 newtons and layers are formed 5 layers and balls each layer 225. Energy is 2696 kilonewton meter per cubic meter. It is the difference standard Proctor test and modified Proctor test. Next, write the problem. The maximum dry density of the sample by the standard compaction test is 1.76 gram per cc at optimum moisture content of 14.5%. Find the air voids and degree of saturation. G equal 2.68. What would be the corresponding value of dry density on the 0.8 void line at optimum moisture content? We know the rho D equal to 1 minus n by a 100 into g into rho w divided by 1 plus small w into g. Here find out the air voids percentage. So rho D equal to dry density 1.76. It is the combination of dry density and Na divided by 100 into G is the 2.68. In rho W is the in weight of saturation 1 divided by 1 plus water content is the moisture content, means water content 14.5% equal to 0.145 into G is the 2.68 specific gravity. Then finally find out Na equal to air voids 0.088 or 8.83 percentage. Next, we find out the degree of saturation. Rho D equal to G into rho W by 1 plus C. Here rho D is the dry density, G is the specific gravity, and rho W unit weight of the soil, and 1 plus C. G equal to W by 1 plus E value is W into G by S. It is the equation EWG value is ES equal WG, then E equal W into G by S. So rho D equal dry density 1.76, G is the specific gravity 2.68, multiply with unit of soil 1 means fully saturated, 1 plus W water content 0.145 into specific gravity is 2.68 and then divided by S. Here it is the saturation, it is taken left side, and 1.76 plus 0.683 by S equal to 2.68. Then saturation is S equal to 0.7423 or equal to 74.23 percentage. Next, we find out the dry density at 0 air void line, S equal to fully saturated. Here dry density at maximum 1.76, maximum standard compaction. Here we find out the next one is the at 0 air voids starting position at dry density. Rho D equal to G into rho W by 1 plus W into G divided by S. Here G is the specific gravity, rho W is the unit weight of saturation, fully saturation, and 1 plus W G by S. Here equal to fully saturation, then equal to 1. Rho D equal to G into 2.68. Next unit weight of the water 1 divided by 1 plus 0. Water content 0.145 into G value 2.68. It is equal to 1.93 gram per cubic centimeters. It is the dry density at 0 air voids. So we find out air voids at maximum optimum moisture content and saturation and we find out the zero density on the zero at air white. So okay, thank you. Any doubts?